Yeah. Whenever a creative is given routine, it's in a way trying to put down their creativity.
Wow.
Yeah, because they will feel underutilized.
They feel like they're in a box where
They're
they
in
can't
a box where
create,
they
they
cannot create,
can't think.
you know. So while in office, because I used to sit in office, I used to be in charge of recruiting and staffing. Yeah, and you know, it's just a matter of sitting an interview, set questions, you know, read some personality traits, and to me it was so simple. So I had to co-opt for self-employment, and there I together with my brother John Mary, yeah, we formed M1 Records.
Who most of us call Jamari.
Jamari, yeah.
I wonder. Okay, anyway. Yes, please.
Yeah, M1 Records, which has really lived for a very long time.
Wow.
It's in its 12th year. And in its 10th year, we had still the honors to actually produce as a mother, to produce another child,
Wow.
which is called Extra Nation. Yeah, where the famous Atin Pro is.
Yeah.
So I dabble as the human resources and the managing director as well of those two companies and organizations.
Wow, that's amazing.
However, in the music industry,
Yeah.
I happen to be, by the grace of God, I happen to be the president of the Uganda Songwriters Association. So with that representation,
Yeah.
I go ahead to represent the songwriters on the apex body, which is known as NCF, National Culture Forum. National Culture Forum works under the Ministry of Gender with the role of supervision and advisory to the government about culture and creative arts. It's the sector. So I represent the songwriters, and so while there, I had to belong to a domain called Music Domain. National Culture Forum is a body that has all associations that are in the creative and culture sector.
Yeah.
So we have all the domains: the film, the movie and film, books, you know, everything. So I am in the music domain. So while there, the music domain, which contains the performers, the singers, which are Uma, which then we have the producers, Apau, then we have DJs, Dijau, Fuda, and so
What
many.
is Fuda?
Fuda is Federation of Uganda DJs Association.
Okay.
So we have all those associations in the music domain. So the music domain.
Even Uma is under.
Yeah, sure. So the music domain appoints me to represent them on the board of the National Culture Forum. So I am a board member of the National Culture Forum, and I am an arts manager.
Yes.
One thing I should be really, really proud of, maybe God has blessed me with that capability.
Yeah.
I think I am one of the few music managers or artist managers that we have in the country, in the gospel world. Yeah, and I am happy that at least names can be mentioned by my back.
Yeah.
I have managed many successful artists. I'm really, really very honored that can be part of my, maybe for example, John Mary Raga Pasta.
Yeah, Kenny B.
Kenny B. The Raga Pasta, of course, Jalid, Centroni, and then in Extra Nation, still, I still work with Eddie Bulam.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically it's a number of artists. Yeah, and I am. Okay, I think I will spare that. So basically that is John K. I am a songwriter, I am an author of books because apparently, as I speak, I think I've written 2 books.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I've written 2 books, and I am so in love.
Which one? Which one?
I've written. There is a book called No Boy Deserves a Flower, and then I found a good girl for a wife.
Wow.
Sure.
Laban, please,
I
that
need,
last book.
I need that one.
Please
I
give
need
him
that
a copy.
copy.
You need to
I need that
buy yourself a copy.
Yeah.
Please, because I wish you all the best, my brother. You need
Don't
to.
worry. Christ is the solution.
I know. So basically, it's a big range of things that I do, but of course, the Bible stipulates it that I can do everything through Christ, who strengthens me.
Wow.
Sure. So I in the line of arts management, I end up doing events.
True. Yeah. True.
So someone will be, wow, what does he really do?
Yeah.
What does he do best?
Yeah,
You know? But I realized I can do best in everything as long as I have Christ who strengthens me. Sure.
Wow. Amazing. Yes, Laban.
I'm just touched by that profile.
Yeah.
And I kept asking myself, John K,
Yes.
you have all these titles. Have you ever reached to a point of saying, I have enough, let me concentrate on this?
Wow, thank you so much for the question. If you say I have and yet, I use that slogan, I am the lazy one, God is still helping. Because every single day, every single morning, I realize I want to empty myself. We are in Africa, and research shows that on average, an African dies with 75% unutilized of resources.
Wow.
In Africa.
In Africa.
Okay. And the Europeans?
Definitely.
Do they use the 80 or?
The Europeans, okay, I don't think whether any uses 100 or 80 whatsoever, but those people, you realize that they do inventions, that are touchable, are tangible, and you'll be like, wow, you know? Now, I'm really, really privileged sitting here with my brother Ian. I know him as one person who does almost everything.
You find him on graphics. Find him on
I
camera.
am pretty sure there is a time I'll find him skating. You know? So basically, I get to learn that whatever I have potential to do, then I should do. So there is no time I feel I have earned it all. Because if I am to say I've earned it all, I have so many people above me.
True.
So how will I say I am? You know, in psychology, we have what we call the pyramid of necessities. It doesn't end. It only ends with a point of self-actualization. But that doesn't ever come. It doesn't ever come.
So what you mean, we never, even if I try myself.
You will never. Absolutely never. Because even the richest man in the world today, isn't it Bezos?
Yes.
Yeah. You realize every single day, he's trying to beat some odds. You understand? So just imagine if Bill Gates, you know, because there was a time around 5-10 years, it was Bill Gates alone. You understand? But because someone aimed higher, apparently we have Bezos. You understand? And we have many coming up. The Elon Musk,
our uncle, Elon Musk.
So basically, I realize I am nothing. Not anything yet.
Maybe me. What I ask, I normally ask this. Of all those things, God comes and asks you, John K,
Sure.
which particular thing do you want me to live with you? Of all those things, what would you want to remain doing if God came and asked?
If I choose, then the others should be taken.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I think I'll let everything be taken.
Why?
But there is only one thing, one simple thing. Actually, there is one thing I will choose. Of all things, I'll choose to be a minister. Just that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'll choose to minister.
I'll choose to minister.
That's amazing.
Because definitely, whatever I am doing,
Yeah.
the only thing I really look up to, I want to be an ambassador of God's glory.
Wow.
Sure.
That's amazing.
Just that. If nothing, if it is less that, no, it should be taken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yes, Laban.
Okay, John K, you have mentioned of some artists that we have seen. Actually, they are coming up. The likes of Jared, Eli Blamu. They are the guys that are making the headlines, and we are seeing a talent that is nurtured.
Sure.
And how? To my question is, you have seen these guys come from down there. Scratch. What is the biggest challenge that you have faced raising or nurturing these talents to a point where they are acknowledging the public domain?
Okay, the biggest challenge has only been one, making them believe that it is only ministry that will help you grow. It is the biggest challenge because when people come, artistry and ministry are different. Yeah,
True.
And one of them calls for every single aspect calls for a reward. You understand? Artistry will call for sales.
Yeah, true.
And yet ministry will simply call for
Souls.
Souls, yeah.
And a young man, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you promise him souls?
You still get them later.
How are they going to be profiting to him?
Yeah.
You understand? So my biggest challenge has only been imparting the ministry values and virtues in these boys.
Wow.
But here is the thing, artistry comes with a lot. It comes with brand.
Yeah.
It comes with, everything. Manager Ian Lana can tell. There are a lot of demands that comes with artistry. But there is only one demand. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Ministry, make yourself available and know your master.
Wow.
So because he takes you,
Yes.
he leads you. You don't lead him. But then when it's artistry, you need to know what is trending.
True. You have to go with the trend.
Yeah.
Once you miss the trend,
you'll
not make
You're
it.
off the game.
who has been nominated in which awards?
Yeah.
Why did they win? All that shall be part of your worries. But your only worry in ministry shall only be what does my master say? What does my master want?
Yeah.
I think, John K, what I pick out of that, the difference between artistry and ministry, and I wish all gospel artists would know and would take what you've said serious. That if you want to make it into the artistry, you have to first solidify the ministry.
The ministry.
Because there's what ministry teaches you. Just like you've said, ministry teaches you submission.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because every time you have to know, what is my master? What does he want for me to do? So every time you are on your knees trying to download.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And in our personal lives, when an artist succeeds in a ministry, with history of artistry management, you get to realize it's easy
Very
for them
easy.
to manage the artistry side.
Yeah. True.
You
Yeah.
get, and also,
Because with ministry comes with honor.
yes, true.
Yeah, honor.
very true.
Honor follows you
Yeah.
by
And
all
Lord,
means. And if honor follows you, and honor attracts value.
Yes.
And value attracts what? It projects, the prices.
Yes. Yeah, true.
There are some ministers you will not call whether you want or not.
True.
You understand?
Yes.
You will have to go through
Yeah.
a secretary
Yeah.
who shall schedule a
Yeah.
program, and a program shall be done
Yeah.
on the next year.
True.
Yeah.
That's very.
Amidst the year, you know,
And there's nothing you can do about
Yeah.
that.
you cannot. So that's the honor that comes with ministry.
Yeah.
So I am only worried that artists have not picked that on,
Yeah.
and in a way, it could be the reason as to why most of the artists in Uganda are not respected.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the respect because on them, yes, they have products, they have brands, yeah, but the anointing,
Yeah.
Their brands cannot command.
it
the
can't
respect.
command. It can't command respect.
Wow.
Sure.
So, John K, still on that line, I'm very, very interested to know when did you write your first song, and when did you realize that, man,
I can do
I
it.
can write. I've been dying to ask that question because of the different crafts I've seen that I've listened to that you've written, and so.
Wow. It's such. It was way back in 2005. That was my P7 when I was in my primary school.
Yeah.
You know, while at school, I was so much into poetry and debating.
You're a poet.
Yeah,
Now my mind has gone to the lines of work. I'm now picturing you doing spoken word there. Oh, you used to be this guy. Remember at school, you used to do those poems. AIDS.
No.
You know, I used to come
So
and...
I was so much into poetry and debating, and you know, we are stereotyped with Olugezi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So while at school, man, okubanga oli mundongo, like
It was
singing, you know, those songs. Twasuze tu today, alamu twasuze tu ima, you know. To me, all that felt like Madongo, you know.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And sayagalako music while growing up.
Wow. Really?
No, sayagalako kufuuka wa muyimbi. But one thing I loved was I was so much in love with the words.
Well.
I could actually fell in love with the words easily. So in 2005, I fellowship up to now. I have never changed church. I fellowship at Namibia Christian Fellowship. Professor Simeon Kaiwa is my pastor.
So you are the kind of people who can tell of how many ministers have been here. You know, we have some people who are church tourists. You know, there are some ministers who tell you, I'm on a tour of churches. Today is here, the other day. So
And they use this term, I'm listening to the voice. It will read me.
Mine has not told me anything.
Yeah.
I have been there. So in church, we used to have Silver Chagulanyi, and he was an elder then in church. So, and literally, you know, he's a very smart guy, as in brain-wise and physically as well. So, he was one time invited to minister. He sang his songs. I fell in love with the songs. I fell in love with the words in the songs. So I something triggered me. I was like, wow, I think I can do something.
Yeah.
I love the words in the song. Because if you can remember, there is a song that says, awali katonda tewali mbere tachuka Gumakayo ebizibu bitya
Yes.
tova katonda wo.
Wow.
Omugwagwa yagamba olwaleero obuzibye tebulica ate era yagamba omusana kegwase tufudde naye ffe abesiga mukama tugamba nti kiwedde era nga kiwedde.
It was by Silver.
By Silver.
I was almost leaving my seat.
Yeah.
Now that song triggered my writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Omugwagwa yagamba olwaleero obuzibye tebulica. Man, that line.
Yeah, true.
Ate era yagamba omusana kegwase tufudde naye ffe abesiga mukama tugamba nti kiwedde era nga, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, these are nice lines. Young as I was, but of course I was a poet. So I loved on the lines, I loved on the songs. Then Nembi Kwata, I went back home ngambiyimba.
Nobekubamu remix.
Kati awo wenyini. Awo wenyini ne bawo remix eyag. Ngenda okuwulira ebigambo mbikola nga bikyulamu. Ekitegeera. Era nze abantu ku Old Kampala Secondary abasinga bampitanga Young Silver.
Wow. Because of the way you could.
Because the way I could, the way I rhymed my words were exactly the same as Silver's.
Wow.
So I reach out to Silver. I'm like, you know what, Papa, young as I was,
Yeah.
I want to become like you. Wow. Silver told me one of the meanest statements is nalimpuliddeko ku nsi naye ze zimu ku zikyasinza okunnyamba mu bulamu.
Which one was?
Silver told me, John, you can never be like me, and please don't waste your time. So maybe Tabo, you're still young. Wow. But then those ayanda banga chinyize. Nangamba, I didn't mean that you can never be a songwriter. What I mean is try so much to be you.
Yeah.
Don't ever be like me. Because, okay, if you be like me, ani agenda kwegomba encha. You know? Gonegomba kuba nasalawo kubeera nze. You know?
Yeah.
So, and out of the blue, he told me, whatever you want to become is within you.
Yeah.
You understand? So, right there, I decided to begin me.
And
And the rest is history. I am a songwriter.
Project Me.
And no wonder I am the president of the Uganda Songwriters Association.
So do you still meet him right now?
Which is patronized by him.
So do you remind him of...
Definitely.
He must be a very, very happy
Very
person.
proud.
Yeah.
Very proud. I remind him every day, and he knows. He knows how I so much love him. But he loves the way I shaped myself into becoming the me I am today. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest is history. I am a songwriter.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, you have answered a question that I wanted to ask you. You have inspired a lot of us outside here, and I was about to ask you, do you have this person that you look up to as a source of inspiration, as a mentor? Because when you look at the industry right now, you find that if I feel like, hey, I can put some lines down, I just go get to studio and, you know, and I put the song there. But without considering, is this word worth writing, or is this word putting outside there?
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. It brings a very, very good question. Maybe you wanted to ask about a mentor.
Yeah.
You know, role models and mentors are different people. Why should you have a mentor you can't meet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should you have a mentor that you cannot talk to? Yeah, a role model is a person you can see from afar. You understand? But a mentor has to be, you know.
Yeah.
So I was chanced that I chose a mentor I could literally see and meet. You know. Then to get to the other question, you know, people. We have seen so many people waking up one morning and hit studio. What I can actually say, everyone can be a songwriter. Yeah, you can be a songwriter, but songwriting is further subdivided into two aspects. There is an aspect of lyrics generation. Yeah, lyrics generation, everyone can, you know.
Yeah.
Ian can write a song, by the way.
Yes.
And he wrote
By
one.
the way, I used to write hip hop. You know, during school time, I used to go on, you know, our house.
Yeah, sure.
It was a flat, so I used to go on top of the building, then ride, because by that time, Laban knows, they couldn't allow us. Like,
Sorry.
my aunt hearing me that I'm a musician, that even so I used to go up there. I used to write hip hop.
Sure.
So by that time,
You used to write lines.
yeah,
Sure.
because we used to go to the same school with Bana.
Oh.
Yes. So we used to have what they call a Friday night live in the dormitories. So I would get Bensons and put in torches. So they'll create a reflex of different lights, like you see LED lights, blue, pink.
I know.
Now would come and rap. Yeah, but that was, I thank God. You see now people who see me now. You had seen me in school.
You're a different character.
You know, Ian, you can be a very good lyrics generator, because once you have a story to tell,
Yeah.
it's just enough. Just enough. Yeah. By the way, not many people have asked me this question. Which is your best music, genre of music that you listen to? I'll be for sure. It's hip hop,
Yeah.
Well,
because I am a super fan of the Eminems, the Kendricks, you know, Kanye. I there is a way.
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, the way I am very attracted to the lines,
The way they
make.
tell the stories.
The way they tell the story.
I think me in my childhood, okay, even up to now, especially during campus, I loved hip hop and country music. Reason being,
Wow.
they have these people tell stories in those songs,
Sure.
and man, I would listen to the whole album of Kenny Rogers. Like,
Now, I think you and I have something in very common. Kenny Rogers, man, there is a song, I think this particular song makes me the man I am.
yes.
The song, it has a line that you don't have to fight to become a man.
Yes, coward of the country.
Yeah, card of the country. I know.
Ian.
Yeah, please give me the hand. Okay, please. The song should not reflect my age. I found that song there.
Yeah, you don't have to fight to become a man.
Yeah.
But when you become a man, when you grow up, it is important
Yes.
for you to fight
Yes.
to be the man.
Yeah, true.
So I just love that song
Yeah.
because in a way it makes me, in everything that I do, I make sure I stand out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's the kind of struggle. I've been telling you about lyrics generation. Lyrics generation, it's about a story you want to tell, you know, but not everyone will come up with the right lines. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You realize everyone will be like, oh, God is good.
Yeah.
I think everyone can write that. So what comes next? You understand? So that is where the problem is.
Yes.
That we have so many of our artists who poise
Yeah.
to be songwriters, and yet They are free souls trying to express
and explore.
I'm not meaning to demean
Yes,
or
yes,
undermine everyone, but I am trying to bring it out to you. You know, there is a lot of principles that should come with you. You need to be a little more creative for you to create something like a punchline, something like rhymes.
Yes.
You know, rhymes that everyone will be like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, someone says he's not a son of man to lie. He'll never let you die.
Yeah.
You know, he calls you the apple of his eye.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's not just that easy for you to come up with those words, but everyone can come up with words. You know. So there is another aspect of song composition. Now with song composition,
What's the difference between song?
lyrics generation and song composition.
Yes.
Now, lyrics generation is just you coming up with words, with lines that you feel can be befitting enough to make a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Then, song composition is you getting those words and having the musicality onto the words.
Well.
You understand? Yeah, that from the lyrics generated, story generated, excuse me, then we get to the song composition bit. We look at a word, yeah, like he's not a son of man to lie. You understand? You need to have the knowledge of composition. You need to have the knowledge of music to understand that this is not a sorrowful statement. So in a way, you will need vibe onto it.
Yeah.
So you will create a vibing melody to it. You understand?
Yeah.
You get to see that there is so much of a science
Yeah.
in understanding which word goes with which melody, with which rhythm.
Yeah.
You understand? So we have so many songwriters. We have so many lyrics generators, but we have very few song composers.
Wow.
And in a way, we have actually breeded and made so many, I will not call them fake, but I will say freestyle
Writers.
writers of composers that it becomes aimless. And most of the times our music sounds the same.
Yeah.
Simply because we are very low with the skill of composition.
So how do someone improve
Someone
his skill of composition?
you only improve by earning the skill, by learning. Yeah, because composition is about you knowing music, that there is a chord progression. We have two of them. We have the chromatic scale that has over seven notes. You understand? And the chromatic scale is popularly known as happy notes, happy chords. You understand? So you need to know, if I am creating a song that is about a happy mood, I should work around the chromatic scale. Now we go to the pentatonic scale, which has 5 chords, which is stereotyped as sad notes. If I want to bring out the emotions, if I want to bring out the sadness, I need to incorporate, the other ones are majors, and these the ones in the chromatic scale are majors, and the ones in the pentatonic scale are the minors. So for you need to actually be schooled. It's important for people to know that there is a skill. You understand? There is a skill that you need to attain to actually be a very good song composer. You know?
So that means, I'm getting to learn this today. That means you said the pentatonic is the sad part.
The minors, the ones that are known from the minors, and they are called sad notes.
So coming to that bit of understanding the writing, I have one question, John K.
Yes, sir.
In your field of writing, have just like all of us in our particular fields, have you ever written a song and you feel like it is very hard? Have you ever had a project that you really want to write this song, or either someone has given you a task to write for them this song, or you feel like you've written this song, but it's very hard? Is there that one particular project you feel like letting it go, but you had to continue?
I have projects I've written and I've remained with them for myself because I am pretty sure I've not found someone to do the song.
Yeah.
Why? Because our grounds or our audience, more so, I'm not talking about the listeners.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the artists. By nature, bagala, bonga bo.
Yeah.
You understand? They call for simplicity. They call for, they want those catchy lines. Yeah. But there are some songs that I've written and they are very high on musicality.
They are deep, in other words.
Deep. Yeah. So it calls for someone to be so super committed to do it.
So that means in our whole industry, we don't have somebody who's super committed.
No. And they have the potential, but I think it's out of their line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do those songs. I do those songs for self-satisfaction. Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the greatest writers in the. He's called David Foster.
Sure.
He's a guy who has mentored the likes of Celine Dion. And I was listening to him when he was saying there's a song he wrote, but he even feared giving it to Celine to sing that song because it was.
It's the song in Titanic.
Yes, exactly. That's the song, and I can now relate to what you're talking about.
And David Foster writing that song, he wrote the song simply, but he realized Celine wouldn't do justice. However, the director of the movie, Titanic, he listened to the song. I was like, do you even know what you're keeping?
Yeah.
And if we can be very, very realistic, don't you think it's one of the most popular songs among Celine's songs?
Yeah.
But very different.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it My Heart Will Go On? Yeah. So I had that story. I got the chance to listen to that story. But David was writing something that he wanted to write out of himself. Yeah. So those songs are normally superficial. Yeah. And almost all the songs I have written with true story are hits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes. There's one thing, John K, that I have realized. I have seen like it's a sequence that we are seeing in this industry. That an artist will do a song today, release it next week. The other week, you find there is another song is released. What's your take on that? Because it end up like this. We have now bubblegum.
Bubblegum music.
Yeah.
You eat and you throw, you get another one, chew, throw, yes.
Okay, yeah, there is a lot of bubblegum music. And bubblegum music is not an insult. It's not an abuse.
Yeah,
it's a music genre. Yeah, it's a music genre.
Yeah.
You can go and Google it. Bubblegum music.
Can you categorize like World Cup song like a bubblegum?
It should.
Yeah.
And we have so much of that. And apparently it is the trend. Yeah, people think a song cannot take years. But it's funny,
Yeah.
according to the gospel. Yeah, the gospel, it should never lose shape. Someone should never feel like I am tired of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who gets tired of a prayer?
No one. That's a canon man who gets tired of.
You know? Now, it is very okay for an artist or a minister to be releasing songs every day.
Yeah.
It's very, very okay.
Very okay, yeah.
Because you want to tell me pastors shouldn't preach on a Sunday because they preached on the other Sunday?
No.
Yeah, it only depends on what you are preaching or you're releasing. The only challenge is people think we have to chase trends.
Yeah.
They will even categorically choose words, you know.
Yeah.
And some of us end up doing a lot of self-exaltation
Yeah.
in songs that we write, you know. So it's about the message. It's about the message because you realize now I'll give a very, very vivid example. Raga Pastor Ken B. He's one guy who I one time told, you know what? Togenda studio nyamba. He could literally come up with an album in a day.
Wow.
You understand? But these are songs you will listen to. He made in something like 5 years back, but they still make a lot of meaning today.
There's this song,
Munyo Gwansi.
Man,
You know? Yeah.
to now.
Munyo Gwansi.
Yeah.
Now, those songs will have no problem
Yeah.
because they have something they are talking to. Like they have a message.
Yeah.
they are
Because every
carrying.
time you listen to it, you feel like you're listening to the
feel
first time.
to the first time.
Yeah.
Now someone was asking me recently, what is the secret behind John Mary's songs? Every time, do 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 do, you know.
There's also this other one.
Do do do.
That one.
Mukama nga mulungi. Mukama agenda kukoma ddi okubeera omulungi. Yo ogenda kukoma ddi okusiima. You understand? There are those unseasoned words.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are those unseasoned messages.
Yeah.
That will not allow your song to be a bubblegum.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to actually understand that your words should be communicating something.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Mr. John K.
Sure.
Well, guys, we're chilling with John K, the writer, as I like calling him, but he likes calling himself the lazy one.
The last one, God is still alive.
Yeah, and please remember to subscribe, share, comment,
Yep.
and let people know that we are here. John K, I want to understand. Earlier on, you said you manage a couple of artists, I think like 5.
Sure.
We want to understand because these are artists who have different temperaments. You know, they have different styles of kind of music, different backgrounds, different needs. And they may be a manager. They're also somebody who wants to become a talent manager. You get, and they're watching this. They want to know, how do you handle, you know, because these people have different visions, okay, in the kind of music and you have to meet like all of them to help them. How do you handle that?
Wow, thank you so much. One, I work with a team.
Yeah.
I don't work alone. It's a management that has over. We have experienced personnel.
Yeah.
But that's not important. Not important at all. The canopy or the apex of it all.
Yeah.
I want us to understand the vision and the mission. M1 is just an acronym of a statement. Ministry 1. Yeah. That we all have our different ambitions, you know, but we have this first ministry.
Yeah.
You understand? So it is never hard for me, not even at all. I am pretty sure you could be a witness that all these artists are successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to the trail they are taken
Yeah.
in whatever in whatever genres
Genre, yes.
of music they are doing, they are they are successful. Why? It's only one thing, that we decided, we made ourselves sure to know the God we are serving. Why? Because the God we are serving does not give us the options of us being wise.
Yeah.
Where he sends us is where we go.
Wow.
What he directs us to do is what we do. Because at the end of the day, we are representing him. So we need to always go back. We need to always ask from him. And of which, where God gives a vision, he provides.
Wow. Amazing.
2, where he sends you,
You go.
he empowers you. You know? So it's not about what you want.
Speaking in that line, backyard. Okay, what most people know about backyard, you relate to that. Some people call us basabuzi, but but just like you've said, all songs, and I don't know what they're going to do in 2023. If 2022 they called us basabuzi, I think. But
By the way, I should commend 2022 has been a very good year for backyard.
we give glory to
Yeah,
God.
because you can literally mention very, very big projects out of backyard.
Yeah.
I am proud of a song called Munda.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. By Karunji. You can look at a song like Kawedemu from Wilbur. Of course, the most recent one, No Touching. That's a very, very powerful song. I looked at the Uganda at 60 song. It was a beautiful song. Shami. So you can literally tell.
But you see, the secret, just like you said, that the mission is ministry. Now, to us, there is some media personality, very famous, prominent, TV media personality, mainstream, who came and asked and made a comment to one of the music that we're doing back, and then backyard people, Musabula nyo, can't you sing some messages, simple messages of love, of yes, wakwagala nyo, yes. But you see, when God sends you, we have come to realize a particular direction. We also don't know, and we also struggle with these messages.
No. Here's the thing, Ian. The Bible simply stipulates that we all have different giftings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every one of us has been commissioned. You understand? There are those, we have the apostles, we have the teachers,
Prophets,
we have the prophets, we have, katimwe chaeka backyard. Oh, yeah. Muri ba apostle. Abakwata kuchi ku nsonga ezili prevailing. Yeah. And it's very, very good.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Kupi, Bly, man, I just love the way he will always get to something in society. Natural. And by the way, what we want to have a stereotyping dancehall music to be a chidongo chidandali.
Less of lyrics, just
but I normally tell people we are wrong on that. Era abantu abasinga bagamba abo bayaye, they don't see sacredhood in dancehall music. Balabanga just kidongo tukole ki tuzine. But where is the better preacher? Like a song Munyogwansi.
Man.
Where? Who is doing a lot of preaching?
And you see, honestly, sometimes artists and like us, I will surprise you. we do particular songs, not directing them to a given direction. And you realize, we only realize it during the studio. We realize, when people say, when people be like, when people, because it has happened.
Yeah.
And it sometimes happens that people start, now like, honestly, even me when I listen to Munna go and say, I'm a Pastor KDP. You know, by that time when I listened to I didn't know him. You get, I think he had done some songs before that. Then when I had Munna, I was like, who's this artist who has this boldness?
You know? And yet he had no one he was targeting.
Yeah.
He was simply making a song.
Yeah.
Now, we have a challenge. It's a big challenge, Ian.
Yeah.
As an arts manager and Uncle Laban. There's something that we have failed to understand.
Yeah.
We have failed to actually understand the genres in Christian music.
Yeah.
Not every song is a gospel song.
True.
Yeah.
No. No. Not every song should be a worship song.
Yeah.
Just like every one of us here. I am a worshiper. Eh?
Yeah.
I am a praiser. Eh? But now twetegekera okusinza n'okutendereza. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
We have put praise and worship into songs, which is okay. But a song is a song until you have the right intention that is going to create the connection. You understand? Now, here is the thing. Twatuuka ne ku kiseera eky'okugamba nti a praise song should look like this. Yeah? Nti luyina okubeera ne BPM etakka wansi wa mti
Gedduka.
But you know, we have so many running songs in terms of tempo, and they are worship songs.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, true.
Yeah? Because maybe let me help someone today.
Yeah.
What is praise? Praise is speaking in high regard about God.
Wow.
Speaking in high regard about God. You understand?
Yeah.
You waking up one morning, and we have so many songs that are actually very slow,
And it their praise.
and they are praise songs. But I'm just imagining in a church service, someone saying, let's get ready for praise.
And you see it even in the churches.
And someone is going to wait for the other moment of worship,
yeah.
to connect.
Yeah, by the way, to speak about
Yeah.
you see,
know?
during praise,
Yeah.
you can never see anyone on their knees.
On their knees.
You know, like closing their
Yeah.
eyes and deep.
You know?
Yeah.
They
Very
think
true.
that's Chidongo time.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, they've turned the praise sessions into hype sessions.
Yeah.
Someone will bring a song. Now, for example, I can say Olutagira.
Okay.
Omuntu ajja sitaani kisolo takituka kikulya. People have turned to be so creative in those moments. Naye owulidde sitaani kisolo takidduka kikulya. So who are you praising? Mbu Yesu kasale. You know, people have really, you know, it's amazing on how people have actually understood what these sessions are. Then what is worship? To be honest, it has nothing to do with songs. But the only commission, the only reason, the purpose for our creation was
Worship.
to worship. And worship is, if praise is about God, worship is to God and God alone.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine of a song. Someone says, Jireh, you're enough. Is that a worship song?
It's a praise song.
It's a praise song.
yes.
You are talking about you are holding in high regard. You know?
Yeah.
But someone is that is when they feel they should close their eyes and Yeah. Then a song like twaze wano kutendereza
man, even still when you're singing, my leg is already shaking, you know? My waist.
So someone will not reflect about God's goodness, but they will be into the vibe and the mood.
Man,
you know,
with the lyrics.
Until they wait for the other moment of slow songs, then they will.
That's when they connect.
You realize that most of the songs that we sing in that session are not
Worship song.
Worship songs or worship music is to God and God alone. For example, someone sings, Lord, you are more precious than silver. Lord, you are more costly than gold. Lord, you are more beautiful than diamonds, and nothing I desire compares to you.
So that's a worship song.
I want someone to tell me. Oluyimba olwo lukukomako lutya? Gwego babeera bayimbira. Omuntu nakera nagamba anze okusinzako olwayo tekwankutteko. But here is the thing. Lord, you are more precious than silver. You know, it's to God and God alone. You know, so newebuuza omuntu akeera ku makyasa be vibe. Ulira omusinza n'abagamba sinza wenolinganga atalidde. You know, it's about your connection with God. You understand? Because absolutely worship is to God. It has nothing to do with you worshiping. Those people are about to be a maso. They are just musicians. I want to ask Uncle Ian Buchangoba, wali okabyeko?
Yeah.
Have you cried before?
Yes.
Can you cry in a key?
I know. That's weird. Like
it's very weird.
I'm crying in D.
You know? Now, the intimate, the connection, the cry that you have. You understand? That is worship.
Yeah.
You understand? It has nothing to do with a key. It has nothing to do with chord progressions. But you're emotional. You're intentional. Feel. The mere fact that you have woken up in the morning is just a reason enough to worship. Why do you wait for Sawanya?
Talk of the amazing grace.
You know, the amazing grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. You know, guys, I think ekintu kye twavaamu, the religion has taken over. So
like things are like this.
Supposed
to be in this particular time and done like this.
You know, because honestly, but just now we have known what praise and worship could be. You realize that so many of us are doing it the wrong way.
True.
And we think, tuchimanyi nnyo bro. You know? So there is a problem while we are writing the music. We are not intentional. We are not purposeful of what we should write. We are just sure Jesus is in there.
Wow.
The Bible says, Mukama, Yesu yaddayo ewa kitaawe era atudde ku mukono ogwa ddyo. Okiwulira? Nosanga omuntu Yesu ogulumidde ku Nnamulondo yo. Yesu nga ye naye atudde ku ddyo. Naye right about now we do not differentiate who God is and Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
Someone is filled with Christology, not knowing there is a kingdom and its king. Yeah. So when do you, before you sit down in a freestyle chigoma, make sure know who actually you're talking about. If it is Jesus, you know who Jesus is.
Yeah.
If it is God, you know who God is. If it is a Holy Spirit, you know who the Holy Spirit is.
Yeah.
The fact that they are in the Trinity, they have their hierarchy.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
So people have failed because the Bible stipulates that through Jesus you reach the Father.
Yeah. There's no shortcut.
There's no shortcut. You know?
Yeah.
You will find someone nga ye newaba akola prayer ye. Yeah. But the Bible says that you pray, whatever you pray in my Son's name, it shall be given unto you. You understand? Kati ngeyo principle tetugikola ki? Kati mu gospel industry or music tetulina principle eyo. Tetugimanyi. Like tetumanyi who are we singing for at what particular time.
Yeah.
Nti ebigambo kasita bijja ne mubaamu Yesu. That shall be nominated as a gospel song.
Yes, Johnny, you know the conversation is so sweet, guys.
Yeah.
We can talk till tomorrow. But yeah, guys, it's the Bucket Podcast, and man, I'm really feeling so. Man, I'm glad that you decided to answer our call of coming to this place. Yes, I feel like Laban has some burning question there before we get to the applause.
Not really. I have, there's that moment of digesting, all that, because he has spoken quite very sensitive things regarding to what praise is and what worship is, and it's about the person who, what are you putting down?
Yeah.
It is, you have to sit down and say, okay, I have to put these lines down. It's not a matter of writing. As he has, John K has said, everyone can write. I can write, but what are you writing?
Sure.
And who do you write to? Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
And what is the impact of this song that I'm writing to the receiver or to the person who is going to receive it?
Yeah.
Is it going to have an impact? And I think that is the biggest question that we should ask ourselves. People who are going there and behind the mic, and you are putting your voice into that lyric. Now, maybe just to go on the other side, because you are a writer and you write books. We have a problem not only in Uganda, we have a problem in Africa, the reading culture.
Wow.
Say something about the reading culture.
Now, here is the thing, and I will still say to the songwriters, to the artists. I want to ask, Uncle Ian, you remember in that time of COVID? Okay, this should be an example everyone should take on. Osobola okusiga sirimu gw'otayina?
No.
Can you affect or infect someone with AIDS when you do not have the virus?
You can't.
No, you can't.
Now here's the thing. You cannot write what you didn't read or what you don't know.
Yeah.
You will find an artist who has not made the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even have these Bibles in their houses, not even on their phones. Yeah, but they think, I have the talent. This word shall still come.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know? Here is the thing. Many artists know about God, but they don't know God. Yeah? It's different. Me knowing Uncle Ian's name, I know he's Ian Lana.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know. And if someone called me and I said, do you know Ian? I'll be like, yeah. I know Ian is always at backyard.
Yeah.
I know he can, he's a specialist in so many things. He cannot afford becoming a professor because a professor is a person who knows a lot about a small thing.
Yeah.
About just one single thing.
Yeah.
He says, he cannot afford to be a professor. I know so much about him.
Yeah.
But I don't know who he is. If you only ask me what could be his other name or his names on his ID, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I cannot. All I know, I have heard.
Yes.
But I have not had a close encounter with Ian. Many people know so much about God. He's a creator, he's a what, but they don't know their God. You understand?
Yeah.
And you can only know that God
Yeah.
if you're ready to read his word. Because the Bible says in Genesis 1:1, yeah, in the beginning there was a word, and the word was with God, and the word was God.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. That's very true.
You know? So if we do not develop the reading culture, we shall not find knowledge.
Yeah.
It's very important for us to read, because for you, when you read, that is when you are going to know. But when you don't read, you are only going to hear what others say. You know? Because in Africa, we have a challenge.
Yeah.
We have this stereotype of a statement. I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
I can proudly say everyone is entitled to their opinion,
Even
but
fine.
no one is entitled to a wrong opinion.
Find people say even if omuntu tayogereko.
And that's a disease
Yeah.
gye tusanze naddala mu gospel industry. Ojja kwesanga omwana yaze juzi naga raga pastor ngamba kyoyo aina hiti nga gye nakubyenze ife twakoze video zitukula ziringa you know. But here is the thing. Raga pastor has an experience of 10 plus years.
Yeah, true.
That is already knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should sit and what?
And have a conversation.
And listen. Days back, it was so hard for you to simply reach out to people like Pastor George Okudi.
Ah, man.
You understand? Now, one of these days, people have come so close. The bridge has been bridged.
Yeah.
The gap has been bridged. Yeah. And people feel the entitlement. They believe they are on the same level.
Yeah.
You understand? But you can never take yourself where you have never been.
Yeah.
You will need someone either who has been there, yeah, or who is there to direct you.
True. Yeah.
You know? And the only way you can get there is understanding. And understanding only comes with reading.
Wow.
So I encourage us to have the reading culture so that we can attain knowledge.
Wow. Papa John K, we need to let you go. We need to call this a wrap.
Sure.
But man, thank you so much.
very humbled.
I really applaud you as a person. You know, seeing the so many things that you do and the dedication that you give them. And I know, you know, sometimes things don't pay back in the time that we would wish them.
And do I need to be paid
But-
back? I think, I'm sorry for the interjection. Very many people think John K should be a very rich person. I'm rich. that I can never refute. I am rich because my bank in heaven has a lot in waiting.
I should make sure I be your neighbor. Please, God. Make me Johnny K's neighbor because I will not lack. But anyway, Johnny K, we are blessed to have you on this particular episode of The Backyard. Maybe your final shots to the guys watching this podcast before we let you go.
Okay. I anticipated of a question, which none of you has asked me. I know so many people look at me and ask this question. John K, why are you single?
By the way, Johnny K, let me ask the question. John K, why are you single?
I think that would be a story of the other day.
Yes, bro.
But this is what I have to say to everyone right there, to everyone watching. One, I really want to take this opportunity to thank The Backyard for having me and for having such a very fruitful and constructive podcast.
Yeah.
I'm really amazed. Thank you so much, and thank you for choosing me. I know there are so many people out there, but this time around I have the audience. Thank you so much. I am very pleased. However, to the people watching, someone asked me that question yesterday, and I felt, the urge to say this. Most of the time, we spend looking for the right person. It's important that we become right first. So that when those people come in our lives, they'll find the right person they need.
Wow. Amazing. That's deep.
So as a closing remark, I've understood that in all journeys of life, no one pushes a car up the hill. Everyone will want to push it down the hill because it's easy, because it may be a means of transport down the hill. Wow. So, the position that you take in your life makes it easy for you to find destiny helpers, for you to find the right help from God, because the Bible says God only helps those that help themselves. So take that right position for the right things to come to your side. God bless you.
Wow, God bless you indeed, guys. From me and Laban, we want to say thank you so much for benching down with us on that cup of coffee. I believe that you and me, we have picked one or two things to better ourselves into our next move of prosperity, of success, because that's our target. So please join us onto our next podcast with another guest that we'll be having. I remain Ian Lana and Laban, and may God bless you.